So, recently I've been playing a lot of Apex. As always, I'm playing a lot of Apex. I have about 6,000 kills this season, so that kind of tells you I've played a lot of hours. But I've not played a lot of ranked. And this start of this season, I started playing some. At the moment, I'm like a high plat. I think I'm plat 1 or plat 2. And I've been playing a lot of like the diamond kind of plat lobbies, which at the moment are more like master pred lobbies, to be honest, because everyone got just demoted. And it kind of made me realise that I may have dropped a bit, like, as in skill-wise, like aiming and overall just like fighting against good players. I seem to have dropped off a bit, because I lose a lot of fights that I don't feel like I should. So, basically, this video I'm going to go over me changing my sense a bit. That was kind of a backstory, but my sense right now is 4-3 linear with no dead zone. That is as simple as that. I've always had quite a... I always used to have a high one. This used to be mine until I decided to change now and I made this video about it. So if you fancy using my older settings, if you've seen any of my older videos, this is what I used to run. I used to run ALCs. I copied these from someone a long time ago, to be honest. They always worked for me. It was pretty much like no dead zone, and I think it converts to something like a 5-3. But that's what I played on for a long ass time. But I'm deciding to turn them off, and I'm kind of relearning. Not relearning. I'm just changing sense. And when you change sense, it kind of... there's a little bit to learn, but the overall mechanics of it do stay there. Like it's still like doesn't really change like movement. It doesn't really change a lot. It changes like how you pick loot up a little bit sometimes because obviously your look sense is a bit different, but it shouldn't change that much. But I've gone over today how I get used to a new sense and how I've gone about doing it. Once again, I will say with recoil and stuff, I know that like obviously I played this game a lot. It looks like I have little recoil, and this gun does have recoil. Look. I just control it quite well, and I played the game too much. So if I'm not using no Cronus or anything, I am on controller. I don't ever use, I've never really used PC much at all, to be honest. But basically what I'm going to go over is, I've been in fire range. This isn't the first time I've been in the fire range. I've been in here like a little bit, just playing around. And next I'm going to go into kind of control, TDM, gun run, and get a few kind of games there. And just try and get used to this, really. The best thing you can do is shoot people, and them modes are much better for shooting people than BRs are. In BRs you fight for like minutes in a game, when in TDM and stuff you get like 10 straight minutes of just fighting. Right now when I aim down sights, I'm fine and accurate, but what I need to learn about is when I'm not aiming down sights, because my hip fire is a bit off at the moment. It's like, I know these are like the bots obviously, but my hip fire does need some work right now. So I'm gonna go into TDM, do a bit of shooting, do a bit of killing, see how we get on, and then I'm gonna try and convert it into some more ranked games, I reckon, and try and just get like a little ranked gameplay with a new sense and just see how I get on. So yeah, if you're interested in my settings, that is literally it. I play on controller, it's pretty boring. My button layout is tactical, or a button puncher as it says here, where you swap over your melee and your crouch button. So I use the stick to crouch so I can do this. I really recommend playing like that. It's used to be called tactical on Call of Duty. I got used to it a long time ago, and if you do not play with that, I really recommend you doing that. I don't play claw or anything. I use a Elite 2 controller with my buttons mapped. I have 2 buttons mapped, and they're kind of interesting actually. They're not like most people have them mapped. So my right back finger, I actually use my 4th finger to press my jump button like this. So that is a paddle on the back, so I can kind of shoot and jump at the same time. Not that you'd ever want to shoot and jump at the same time, but if you're doing that, you miss half a clip like that, and you just want to do that, and like it's just real quick. You've got to have that jump button on there. And a lot of people do use the X button, or the crouch button is the other one, but I have a really weird one, and I actually use LB. So my left hand and left button on my controller at the back is for LB. Now, a long time ago my controller broke and I got used to it, and nowadays I can't really play like it, and I quite like it. When you're playing characters like Octane or like Wraith, when you need to get it off like really quick, and sometimes it matters if like their milliseconds actually like count for something. Yeah, it's actually worth having. So if I'm like mid-fight once again, like I'm shooting this guy here and I just want to stim really quick, like it kind of looks like I'm PC kind of my finger's just always on it. It's like instant, and yeah, it's really good. I even use it to ultimate as well, so I combine it. I never press my LB. My LB does not get used. Quite an interesting one, I know. And if you're on PS5, I mean L1, by the way. LB is the bumper. But yeah, let's get into some gameplay now, and that is basically my settings. There's nothing else to say about it. I don't have anything else special. Vibration should always be off. I can go my FOVs 110. I know some people do play on 106, but I've always played on 110. On COD I play the same. All my settings on there are, I don't know what they are, normal, all these maxed out, all these low. nothing else to say really. I play a pretty basic, even more basic now. I've changed to 4-3 linear. And I will say I do have a bit of stick drift. You can see that it is drifting there. I am not touching my controller right now. And some people actually say if you have a bit of stick drift, it's good. Because if you watch the aim assist, look at this, I'll show you. If you have no stick drift, then it won't lock onto anything. But if your stick's actually drifting a bit, if I get a bit closer here, and it kind of locks on, that's not me moving it. That's like the stick drift kind of moves, and some people say if you have a bit of stick drift, it actually helps more with aim assist. But I'm not one to say anything about that. I'm just trying to learn on no dead zone. So yeah, I've got no dead zone here. If I change it to small, I have no stick drift at all. But it just, I think it just feels a little bit better with no dead zone. So I'm just trying to get used to that, and that is literally, I've spent probably an hour or so like in range and playing a few TDM games so far, and it's going pretty well. I haven't played any BR yet. I do plan to go into some ranked soon, and just yeah, I'll try and get a gameplay for this video. Right, so just for the sake of this video, I've just changed this to very low and same, so it's literally a 1 sense, right? And I don't think I've ever done this before. Look how slow it turns. But I just wanted to make a point of like recoil control. It does change based on your sense, but the basic mechanics of it are still there. So I will just try and control the recoil here and just keep this in a straight line. So you can see that it's not bad. I can still, even on 1 sense, the recoil control is still there because I know how to control the recoil. So overall, what I'm trying to say with this is that you're like, the sense stuff isn't all that matters when it comes to controlling recoil. It does just come down to playing the game a lot sometimes. Obviously there's some recoil here if I actually just leave it, look. But if I actually try and control it, then it stays pretty central. And that's just on 1 sense. I've not even ever used that before. That's just muscle memory and knowing how to shoot people playing this game way too much. So the rest of this is little bits of gameplay that I took out of a bit of TDM, a few ranked games, and basically it's looking really good for me at the moment. I'm enjoying it. I feel like I'm hitting a few extra shots that I might not have before. Still getting used to it, still missing a lot of shots as well because I'm not there yet. But this is kind of like training for me at the moment, and it's actually really enjoyable changing your sense. It kind of makes you think about things a bit more. And honestly, if you feel like you're kind of stuck with like at a skill level, it might not just be your sense. I'm not saying that it's like, oh, your sense will change your life, but it's worth a go to just try it out. For me, obviously, I said what mine was at the start, 4-3 linear, no dead zone. A lot of people play this. I think like design how most of the controller players, I think pretty much all of the pro controller players play this. Most of the like content creators do as well, because I think genuinely it is the best one. Until they lower aim assist or do something else, I just think that if you can get used to the no dead zone 4-3, then it is probably the best one. And that is all I have to say, really. If you have any questions about aiming, sensitivity, or anything, I am going to do another video on like more my settings. I think when I like have them a bit more refined and get better with them. And a few people have asked me, so doing a little video, settings video / kind of recoil control, I thought was quite handy. And I chucked a G7 clip in there just because why not? You know, you really got to learn to shoot every gun. If you're interested, I actually run G7 Volt most ranked games at the moment. Not sure why. It's just a setup that kind of just does both. I feel like you have to run a bit of range on ranked, or I do anyway. Otherwise, I just get too aggressive and die all the time. But that's me, and yeah. Enjoy the video, guys. There's not many clips left, a couple more, but I hope you enjoyed it. Leave a like, comment, subscribe if you feel like doing. Ask me any questions you want. And cheers, guys. Thanks for watching. Peace out for now. Kill him here. 100 on him. Nice. Still people here. Oh, I'm getting involved in this. I go around the back. Rev queued. All dead. One on me. 2 dead.